As a real estate broker, we get asked all the time, hey, when's the best time of year to sell my house here in Maine? We're gonna dive into each season and give you pros and cons on each season. And then at the end, you're gonna wanna stick around. I'm gonna give you what I think is probably my best season or top 2 seasons. Out of 4. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm Doug Schauf with the Make Maine Your Home team over at RE/MAX Oceanside. I am a real estate broker here in Maine. I really appreciate you watching. If you have any questions or comments throughout the video, please comment below. You know, it helps out our channel a lot when people engage. And also hit subscribe and that little bell so you get notified when we put out new episodes. We put out new episodes about once a week. We talk about Maine, we talk about real estate, and we have a lot of fun. So again, thanks for watching. I'm gonna jump right in and just go season by season, talk about pros and cons. So the first one that I have up here is winter. Most people are like, geez, man, no, we don't want to sell our house in the winter, do we? And all that. So here's some pros, though, that we have when you're selling your house in the winter. Inventory levels, which means less competition out there, just kind of goes away because everybody's just like, I don't want to put my house in the winter. That's a great pro there. People that are coming to look at your house are pretty serious because if they're buying a house in the winter time, they're serious. You know, you got potential for higher sales prices because of less competition. Supply and demand, that's how it all works. Now, cons: cold weather, less curb appeal because of maybe snow or like ice and things like that. Fewer buyers, especially around like the holidays. You know, the holidays really is not the best time. Of course, a lot of people don't like to put their house on the market because it is cold and moving in the winter is a little bit of a challenge, okay? Spring, let's jump right into spring. If you pay attention to real estate at all, spring is like kind of like the market, all right? Spring is like, hey, the spring market, the spring selling season is some of the terms that people use. Some pros is you get a bigger influx of buyer activity. You know, this is kind of when people are like, hey, I really want to go out there. You know, it's starting to get warmer. I want to get out there and like look at some houses. Another pro is the weather is a little bit warmer, so it's more favorable for house tours and things like that. Blooming gardens, you know, like the flowers starting to come out, it makes the curb appeal much better, and you can get outside and do some kind of landscaping and things like that to do it. Some of the cons are everybody's kind of thinking about this, so the competition gets out there a little bit, all right? You know, the listings start coming out. Because of the changing market, like you might run into some appraisal issues just because when a market changes and starts to get a little hot, it takes a minute sometimes for appraisers to catch up with it, so you can end up with some issues there. Summer, oddly enough, here in the state of Maine, July and August, buyer activity does tend to dip. You know, so I'm kind of starting with the cons here. You know, because here in Maine, summer is such a great season for most people that a lot of people go on vacation. They want to go to the lake, they want to go to the ocean, they want to have fun. So they're not really focused in on purchasing a home. And that's one of the cons there. So the other kind of course, in summer, you know, it's very hot. So, you know, people might not be apt to, like, I don't feel like going out and cruising around looking at houses and things like that. They'd rather go out and do the fun stuff. So those are some of the cons in the summer. Now, the pros are there's longer days, you know, the sun's out longer, so you got more time for showings. And families are looking to move in somewhere before the school year, you know, so if they have children, the family might want to move in before the school season starts. And so, you know, you do get some activity out of that. Fall, the pros are, you know, cooler weather. So the buyers are starting to, hey, look, now this could be fun, you know, to go out and look at houses. All right. Motivated buyers because they're looking to get into something before the snow starts flying, before winter comes. Also, like the curb appeal could be great too because of the foliage. The leaves start to change and everything just looks really cool. You know, so fall could be great for that. The cons in the fall season are the market can start to slow as the winter season approaches, you know, and of course, if you get too far into fall, you know, the daylight hours starts to get shorter. So, you know, you have less time for showings, things like that. So there are some cons there. But fall is interesting to me though, because like I said in this when we were talking about summer, July and August tends to dip a little bit. But as you roll into September and October and stuff, it does start to take right back off again, you know, before we get in, you know, close to the holidays and stuff like that. So again, thank you for watching. Like I said in the beginning though, I'll kind of give you my best season to sell. I would probably say overall, spring is really a great time to sell. That's like the real estate selling season. But I will say over the last few years, from like 2020 to 2024, as we sit here, inventory levels have been so low. And in the winter season, inventory goes almost away. So it is one of those times that, like, if you're trying to maximize, get the most money out of it. In recent years, winter has been one of the best times to sell because there's almost zero competition. And you put a nice house on the market and it's like a frenzy. So anyway, hopefully that helps and hopefully you enjoyed the video. Again, thank you for watching. We really appreciate it. Comment below if you have any comments. And remember, If you make Maine your home, you don't have to do it alone. Please make sure that you subscribe to the channel and one of these buttons over here. You get a lot of great information about real estate, the state of Maine, cool things to do, all that kind of stuff. And of course, if you have any questions at any time, comment below or hit us up on all social media platforms and we'd love to help you out. And we love talking about Maine and real estate in Maine.